him as Rugged Rod. He was actually one of Stone Cold's, Steve Austin's tag team partner when they was the Blondes. What was this tag team?
The Hollywood Blondes.
Hollywood Blondes, yeah. So Rod Price, yeah.
Yeah, when Stone Cold had hair.
We worked with him. Yeah, exactly. Both of them had hair at the time. They actually both had hair. So, started working with him, and he got on with ECW, and this was in '98. Like the beginning of '98, he started working with ECW, and he was like, "Well, they're going to be here in Louisiana. He and Rodney ought to come and do a tryout."
Mm-hmm.
So I had only been training for like 6 months. Probably had maybe 5 matches, and so I went to ECW and did a tryout, and there it was. That's how my career got started. I kind of got like thrown to the wolves for, first part of my career. But it was a great experience, and that's how I became the person I am today, So
how was your experience? I love asking this question because we consistently get the same answer. So I want your perspective on this of working with Paul Heyman.
Man, the guy was a genius. A lot of people got a lot of bad things to say about him, but as far as what he did with ECW, he was just a genius. He could turn anybody into a damn superstar. So, and he was also the one who gave me my first shot. So, I've always I would always owe him and Tommy Dreamer, everything from the start of my career, because they actually gave me my first shot. So, I have nothing bad to say about the man. Like I said, a lot of people do, but I have nothing bad to say about him.
I'll be honest with you. Not that a lot of people say anything really bad. They always say that the man is a genius. He could sell anything. He could promote anything. Yeah. He was just a very bad business decision maker.
I guess they said money's the root of all evil. So I guess just come bad with managing money. But as far as talent, like I said, he'll take a bag of rocks and turn into a superstar. So he was a genius when it comes to that.
Okay, that's fair enough. Now, where were you, and when did you receive that phone call that WWE wanted you?
I was in Fort Worth, Texas. It was right after ECW closed. I did a show with Tommy Dreamer out there, some little small town. Maybe it was Tyler, Texas. I met Dreamer out there. It was right after ECW closed. And he was like, "Hey, Paul's with WWF now, and I'm gonna give him a call and tell him to get you on for a dark match, do your tryout." And I was like, "Hell yeah," So I went there and did my dark match, and like 2 weeks later, I got my phone call.
Nice. Now, as we stated at the beginning of the show, you're a former 2-time women's champion, but you're the last one ever to hold the WWF women's title and the first one ever to hold the WWE women's title.
Yes, and I never lost.
I mean,
technically, I never lost.
I mean, that's something that that's going to be in the record books forever. That you're the last. And
you know what's weird about that? That never came to my attention until like last week. Somebody brought that up, and I was like, "Damn, no shit." It's like when you out there doing anything, you just doing it. I didn't even realize that, but I was like, "Holy shit!"
Now you beat Lita and Trish Stratus in a triple threat at WrestleMania 18. And then at Backlash, you defeated Stratus again for the second time. Now, you got Lita and Stratus in the Hall of Fame. Now, does Jazz belong in the WWE Hall of Fame?
Hey, that's the answer I want to know myself.
I think Nick and I both.
I don't know if they give me credit for that. I don't know if they give me credit for that, but it came out of your mouth. I got them to the Hall of Fame, so let's see if I deserve it,
I think you belong there. I mean, again, I always said that if somebody has a permanent footprint in the business and changes business, that they should have a spot in the WWE Hall of Fame. Like we said, you were the last WWF Women's Champion, first ever WWE Women's Champion. You defeated 2 Hall of Famers to win those 2 titles. You had a very large part in changing the women's division, where it wasn't all about let's get some magazine cover women and throw some wrestling gear on them. You look like you spent time in the gym and you threw people around the ring like you did.
Yeah, raw and uncut, baby. Yeah. Dreamer told me, Daz, don't ever get a boob job. You don't need that in this business. Don't ever think you need to change the way you look in this business. Be who you are. And so I just stay true to myself and then just stay the person, the person I was born as, and hey, and did my thing out there. But I tell you what, I put a lot of time in to learn the craft. That I did,
Yeah,
I put in a lot of time in the ring.
I agree. I'm not into this whole Barbie doll magazine Cosmo.
No, it's not wrestling. It's not wrestling.
Exactly.
Like right now, I'm half crippled, but right now I would go to Raw and outshine every female they have, every diva that they have on the roster. Right now, I'm half crippled.
All right, we're gonna get into the current product a little bit later. I want to give you what we call the fire round. We're gonna give you 5 questions and answer the first thing that pops into your head.
All right.
All right. Toughest opponent.
Toughest opponent. So, Jason Knight.
Okay.
Jason Knight. That man taught me, oh my God. Fuck. My chest still bruised from Jason Knight. So that's by far my toughest opponent. Oh yes.
All right, so we'll have to go 1B. Toughest female opponent.
Toughest female opponent. Wow. Ooh-wee. That's, believe it or not, I've had probably better matches on the indies with some indie workers than I have actually worked on TV or pay-per-view. There's some really awesome talent out here on the indies that have yet to get recognized, so it's hard for me to say my toughest female opponent.
Okay.
Because I've worked some women, that can really go. So.
Okay, your favorite female to wrestle with.
I would have to say Trish. I had fun with Trish. She was fun to work with. She, the people loved her, and they hated to see me beat on her. So that was fun. It was fun to be hated, but loved at the same time and respected for what I did.
Mm-hmm. Okay, least favorite to get in the ring with.
The least favorite. Well, again, we go back to the indies. There was some little girl, this guy told me he'd been training her and she could wrestle. And I actually had to go in there and end the match in 10 seconds. I don't know her name. I do not know her name, but I had to finish her off probably in 10 seconds. I gave her one chance, she fucked it up, and so I took it home.
It's not saying much for her.
Yes.
Okay, your favorite in-ring moment.
WrestleMania. Yes, indeed.
That's it.
It could be either one. Of course, my favorite is when I retain the title. So.
All right. Well, I would have to say, WrestleMania 18 when you won that triple threat match. I guess that was your, and I put it in air quotes, your WrestleMania moment.
Yes. WrestleMania 18 would be my most favorite and most memorable moment, for sure.
Okay. All right. Your opinion on the current status of women's wrestling with the WWE, a.k.a. the Divas division?
They can't mess with our era. That's all. That's probably the nicest thing I could say about it. They cannot touch our era that when we were there representing what women wrestling was really about. And I'm going to say it again, and I say it to anybody, and I say it to their face, and I say it to every agent. every staff member in WWE right now. Those divas still can't fuck with me in the ring, so.
I like that.
All right, Nick, you had a question.
Excuse my French. I don't know if this is a rated G podcast.
It's okay. It's all right.
My French, but you know,
we have a warning to let everybody know.
All right. I just have to let it. I got to be truthful.
All right, Nick had a question for you.
Yeah, you're talking about you'd walk into the WWE right now and just own every single woman that's on that roster. Who's somebody that is on the Divas roster, quote unquote, that you would like to go work with?
It doesn't matter, either one. I would really love to have a match with Natty.
Okay.
That's somebody I would like to
underutilized, unbelievably.
To go out there and sign on.
She's a different breed. Because she was brought up in the business, and she's got a little bit more respect for the business, where some of these girls were handpicked.
Yes.
So I can see that.
Yeah, and honestly, I respect her for that. At least she was brought up, in the business, and she understands what wrestling's all about. It's not about who got the biggest tits and gonna sell the most magazine covers. Like, our matches had more ratings than some of the men matches when we were there. Mm-hmm. And they didn't like that. They said we was wrestling too much like men. But, fuck, it's wrestling.
Yeah,
you can only look...
That's the problem.
Once you look at a pair of tits so often, all tits begin to look alike. So, So, if you want to tune in to tits, that's your thing. But I think wrestling fans really want to see wrestling. And that's what I think we brought to the table.
I definitely agree with that. I think, to be honest with you, I think the Divas division now is starting to get back a little bit more towards the wrestling aspect of the business, with the likes of Sasha Banks and.
Well, I don't watch it. I can't stand to watch it. No, no. I tried to watch the Divas a little bit, but the show kind of turns my stomach because it's so damn cutthroat. It's like, there was a little cutthroat when I was there, but it wasn't that bad because we really wanted to go out there and represent wrestling and women wrestling because we really changed the women division. It went from tits and ass to actually allowing us to go out there and be some damn wrestlers. So we had a little more respect for actually going out there and putting on a good match. Okay.
I respect that. Tell us your time, as I call it, the Teddy Long era. Your time as with Teddy Long.
Yeah, that was a good time. Teddy was a good, cool guy to work with. That was a good experience. He's pretty much a legend, so anytime you work with somebody with that kind of experience, have been in the business that long, you learn a thing or two from them. Mm-hmm. And, I learned from a lot of people there, Fit was in the ring with me every day, so I learned a lot from him, and he the one turned me into the damn killer that I was, so, yeah. Now, and also my husband, too. My husband, a lot of people don't give him recognition for a lot of things, but my husband actually was a phenomenal wrestler and still is today, but they just didn't want to give him his time to shine, It was just political. It was a political thing. But he actually taught me a lot of my groundwork. So he actually wrestled,
Right.
So I got a lot of my groundwork from my husband.
Now, how I don't know how much true. We're going to ask you how true this is. Your first release was in 2004 at the end of the year, and their excuse was they just didn't have any more ideas for your character.
Now, what sense did that make? Did that make any sense to you?
No. Wouldn't you fire creative, not the wrestler?
Yeah, and my thing is, I create my own damn storyline in the ring. That's what wrestling is. Mm-hmm. You get in the fucking ring and you tell a story. You create your own damn storyline in the ring, so I didn't need nobody writing a damn script for me. So I just thought that was a bunch of bullshit, honestly.
Now,
you know,
you came back in 2006.
Just think about it on the Indies. You tell your damn story in the ring. They don't